his term spanning from securing the border to the economy.
It followed his visit to the Selfridge Air National Guard base nearby, where he delivered remarks to service members who are stationed there. Even Governor Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan making an appearance, although she said it was unplanned. Our panelists are standing by. Brian Pannebecker, founder of Autoworkers for Trump and retired Michigan auto worker, and Mewshawn Maddock is the co-founder of the Michigan Conservative Coalition. Both of them attended last night's rally. It's great to see you here today. And Brian, I saw you on stage with President Trump. Can you take us back to that moment? What was it like to see President Trump celebrating 100 days?
Well, it was an honor and a privilege, and we told him that. We gave him a warm Macomb County welcome. And, you know, Macomb County was the county that put President Trump over the top in Michigan, and he knows it, he recognizes it, and he wanted to tell us thank you as well as letting us show our appreciation. So it was an incredible honor.
Yeah, Mewshawn, he also talked about specifically your state and how his policies are helping Michiganders. Here's that moment.
They all want to come back to Michigan and build cars again. You know why? Because of our tax and tariff policy. They're coming from all over the world. And we're here tonight in the heartland of our nation to celebrate the most successful first 100 days of any administration in the history of our country. We're taking back our jobs and protecting our great American auto workers and all of our workers, frankly. After decades of politicians who destroyed Detroit to build up Beijing, you finally have a champion for workers in the White House, and instead of putting China first, I'm putting Michigan first, and I'm putting America first.
And from a United States perspective, no one knows the auto industry like Michigan. Mewshawn, talk to us about that. I mean, there's the president of the United States there in Michigan touting how he wants to put, obviously, America first, but Michigan first as well, the auto industry. Speak to that if you can.
I mean, promises made, promises kept. That's all I can say about President Trump. Look at your headlines this morning about IBM and Ukraine. You know, the auto workers have been a promise that he has made since 2016 when we delivered Michigan for President Trump. He will never forget that. He was with us on the night before he won in 2016 and the night before he won this last election. And he loves Michigan because he knows that the independents in Michigan overwhelmingly chose him. And he is keeping every promise that he made. And Brian is a great testimony to that. He's been with the president, like myself, since 2016. And the energy in the room last night in Macomb County was pretty incredible. President Trump unleashed his new dance moves, and it was very exciting.
He was back hosting a rally, which is really where he's so enthusiastic, right? He finds all this energy at the end of the day, and he brings it to everyone in attendance or those who aren't there and able to tune in and just watch what the president's up to. He speaks so directly to the viewers at home. He also mentioned his priorities when it comes to the U.S. border. Let's watch what he had to say there.
After years of leaders who sent your money to defend the borders of distant foreign nations, that's what we did. We'd fight for other nations, but not for ourselves. You finally have a president who is defending our borders and our nation.
So, Brian, when you're talking to folks in Michigan, you know, it is farther away from the southern border, but how important is this Trump priority for those folks?
Well, it's a huge priority. You know, we're a border state as well in Michigan. It's the northern border. And President Trump gave some attention to that when he flew into Selfridge Air National Guard base, where my brother incidentally retired from, and my son trains there occasionally. He's in the National Guard. So we understand the importance of our border protection, not just on the southern border, but the northern border as well. And it's #1 priority. And that's the first thing he turned his attention to when he was inaugurated, because the flow of fentanyl, the human trafficking, the child sex trafficking had to be stopped. Biden was actually enabling it, even encouraging it by setting up an app for illegal aliens to come in. So he turned our border protectors into social workers, and it allowed the gotaways to sneak in while they were busy changing diapers and putting people up in beds. It was a total disaster, and President Trump fixed it.